The South African entertainment industry gathered with friends and family of DJ Warras, Warrick Stock, for his memorial service. The memorial service took place at the Galleria in Sandton, Johannesburg on the 19th of December 2025. The 40-year-old radio personality and television host was murdered outside the Carlton Centre in Johannesburg on Tuesday, December 16. And today, his loved ones gathered to share their greatest, most sentimental memories of him that they will forever hold dear. Among those present was Luthando Lutlav Shosha, who worked closely with Stock in Live Amp and was the program director for the memorial service.
The beautiful thing about the show that we all did, Live Amp, is it had many lifetimes, and part of this was watching a friend who is about to come on now do his thing on Friday nights, inspired, of course, wanting to be in the same position as him. And like I said about Warras, it didn't just end at colleague, it became friendship, it became business.
Sizwe Dhlomo, who was one of the speakers at the memorial, described Warras as a very opinionated person. He said that his heart was in the right place. He described him as someone who got along with everyone and liked to bring people together.
Warrick spoke out, sometimes controversially so. He was very opinionated. And even me, as a very good friend of his, I disagreed vehemently with some of his views. But I knew that his heart was in the right place. Warrick would even associate with individuals that I wouldn't dare stand alongside. But that was the true character of the man, in that he got along with all types and he liked to bring people together.
Panyo Mlotshwa, who worked with Warras, described him as a smart and divergent thinker. He said that he was very articulate and that a lot of people who may have not known him in his past fame but got to know him now were probably fascinated at how articulate he was about the issues the country faced.
There was a teacher that said, look, I think you are a divergent thinker. He says he used to get into a lot of trouble, not for being naughty, but for being smart, too smart. Warras was incredibly intelligent. Perceptive, curious, incredibly curious, used to research a lot. Wise and quite articulate. I think a lot of people who maybe did not know his past fame and got to know him now were fascinated at how articulate he was about some of the issues we had in this country.
Nomalanga Shozi, who was among the guests who spoke at the memorial service, described Warras as an intelligent person who also encouraged and mentored her. She said that Warras loved KwaZulu-Natal and that as a native of KZN herself, she stands here representing the demographic of people that he believed in.
Working together, I was very, nervous because first of all, it's drugs culture, drugs and it's a really big start. And I remember in our first episode, we had to call DJ Banking because he was the reason we got that show. He knows why. And when I said, this is also my first time in KZN. And the thing that surprised me the most about Warrick was just how much he loved KZN. I didn't know. I knew him as, Warrick Stock, the kind of guy who spoke his food. But when you see that, you think it's just a selling point. You think it's a USP, like it's the ticket, it's the thing that makes it stick, right? But it was so authentic because that's where he grew up, that's who he is, it's a part of who he is. So a lot of the features on our show had a lot to do with paying homage to KZN. And I stand here today representing that demographic of people that he loved so very much and that he wanted to bring up and encourage and show them that they too could also break barriers and be more than just one thing. I think another thing that was very surprising to me about Warras, and I don't know why, it's just how intelligent he is, right? And I knew that for everything I wasn't, he would never expose that. Instead, he would always encourage me and mentor me. So more than my friend, more than my college friend, more than
DJ Warras' son Ethan Stock tearfully shared how their father was the brightest light in every room. He said that his father was there for him whenever he needed him the most, and that their father always provided for them and gave them what they wanted.
As a dad, however, my father was the complete opposite of how the media portrayed him. My father was the life of the party and the brightest light in every room. Whenever we needed someone, he was there. I remember when I was in hospital for 10 days. And throughout those 10 days, my father was with me. From 6 in the morning to 9 at night, whether he was sworn at by the security or the nurses, he stayed with me. He was there when I needed him the most. Whenever we needed guidance and whenever we needed advice, he was always there because he was the wisest in the family. Whenever we needed anything, he was always there to provide and give us what we wanted. He spoiled us all. He was always nice to everyone. He never acted like he was above anyone. He just acted out of pure love and respect for everyone. He was always kind and light-hearted. That was my father. My father was my hero. He's the person I look up to. He's my inspiration. He was my rock and my foundation. My dad's legacy will live through me and my little brothers, and I'll do everything in my power to make him proud. I love you, Dad, and I hope justice is served. Thank you.
Towards the closing of the memorial, DJ Warras' sister Nicole Stock, joined by her family, shared how she was angry over her brother's passing and that she hadn't had time to cry. She said that she had to keep it together because that is what her brother would have wanted her to do. She also said that this is not where her brother's voice should have ended. The burial will be next week, but nothing has been confirmed as of yet, and it will be a private funeral.
Today, a nation exhales a grief it did not know how to name. And I need to say this without apologies. I'm very, very angry. I haven't had an opportunity to really cry. I've had to keep it together because he would want me to do that. I'm angry, I'm so angry because Warrick was taken away from us too early. And this is not where his voice should have ended. This is where it should have been loudest. This is where it should have been standing, not me saying the things that made people uncomfortable, asking the questions that exposed us, loving people even when they did not know how to love.
That is all for today. Visit our website at iol.co.za for more news-related content. I am Mendy Mchali on IOL News.